The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
In other words, we're going to probably say some stuff that you might not agree with, or you might enjoy. Either way, it's time for another episode of
Talking News.
Wouldn't it be cool if we could just all sit back and just chill on a lounge or chair? And
Talking News.
we usually do our show at night, but now we do it in the morning. But you wouldn't know because we're still be
Talking News.
highest Ticketmaster prices and Madonna and Little Jeezy. And,
Talking News.
or is it Young Jeezy, Little Jeezy? I don't even fucking know anymore. But we're just be,
Talking News.
and that's just what we do every fucking time we do this show. It's called.
Talking News.
We could have called it anything in the world, but we decided to call it.
Talking.
We were literally just half naked in bed, getting drunk, talking shit, and just.
Talking News.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's morning, so we're drinking coffee.
Talking nude in the morning.
Yeah, while drinking coffee.
Drinking coffee.
While drinking coffee.
Drinking coffee.
Coffee.
We're drinking
Coffee.
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 Drinking coffee. Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to
a
another
fabulous episode of
Talking News.
where we talk uncensored, uncut, unedited, unfiltered about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Why? Because that's what you do when you're nude. That's what we do. That's what we do. You know, people always ask us like
You
where
are so silly.
the show came from, and it was really just us being bored.
in
And
bed,
we were in bed naked
under the covers,
under
and
the
we're just
covers.
talking to each other about
Yeah.
like random shit and like putting it on like
Yeah.
TikTok and
titties
Facebook.
and balls hanging out. I mean, not literally because TikTok would have banned us, but
I know, like
I had a
seriously,
neck
they
pillow
would've.
on. I had my little fedora hat. I'm sitting there with drinking, a nice rum and coke. And it was just, we were talking shit. But it was real, though, because we were just being organic and real with it. You know what I mean? And it's raw. And a lot of people ask us, where did it come from? And that's pretty much sums it up. We have a guest this morning, but we're not going to bring him in right this second because I want to recap the weekend. Kathy and I saw the new movie, The Fall Guy. And thoughts on it, dear?
It was, to me, it demoted itself for me.
It demoted itself.
It went from being a solid B
Ooh.
to being a B minus by the time the movie was done.
Yeah.
I get Jason watched it the extended cut with me, but I didn't know though it was the extended cut until he told me.
Right.
So
I didn't know it was until I seen it too.
With the extended cut, it demotes itself to a B minus, and it deserves the minus. It really does. But I'm guessing the edited version probably was better and probably still stayed at a B because the movie was funny. It's just the extenders cut it just wasn't for me.
I enjoyed it. The thing
It was funny. The movie was very funny.
It was extremely funny, but I think they should have called it something else. We were both talking about that. Maybe they could have called it "Funny White Guy Falls and Trips on Acid" through the movie. I don't know. They could have called it anything. But
Yeah,
the
I wouldn't
Fall
have.
Guy.
Yeah, but because you didn't get to the Fall Guy message until like over half of the movie. Like
And then
3/4 of the
yes.
movie is gone before you get the gist of
Yes.
it being, oh, he's the Fall Guy for this. Like,
Right.
huh?
And then on top of that, they didn't bring the original Fall Guy and Heather Thomas until the end of the movie in the post credits. Spoiler alert. But they just did a quick cameo at the end of the movie, which was funny. But it would have been cool to see them maybe in a role in the movie. So that
That's
shows you
true.
they probably didn't want to do it or they didn't get asked to do it other than at the end to be a surprise.
That's true.
But most people weren't, let's be honest, a lot of the young people weren't born in the 80s, so they have no fucking clue what the Fall Guy is.
That's
but
true.
let me
That's
break
why,
it down.
like, why are we? That's a good question. Either like, it's a
So-
good question. Okay, why are we doing so many remakes?
Because the 80s and 90s are
Over
rebooting.
things that
No.
the other generations have no idea about.
Okay, and I think the best answer to say is the 80s and 90s are coming back. If you think about it, Beetlejuice just came out. They got Bad Boys Ride or Die. Most of your successful movies that have come out this summer are reboots or prequels, and they
Yes, but
work.
nobody.
But they work in a certain franchise. So, for example, a Bad Boys Ride or Die,
Okay.
Aliens, Romulus, Beetlejuice. They work. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, they work, right? But where they don't work is when you have people that really probably never watched The Fall Guy. You know, a lot of your kids today and teenagers and young adults, they have no fucking clue what Lee Majors was, the $1 Million Man, Bionic Woman, none of that. They didn't know,
Right.
what Wonder Woman was. They think it's, what was her name? Gil Gadot, I think her name is. Gail Gadot.
Yeah.
It's one of them. I think she's French or Iranian or something. But they think of her as Wonder Woman, not Linda Carter, who was the original Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman! Which empowered women everywhere. And who didn't like a chick with a lasso and a sexy red and white blue outfit?
You're so silly.
It was hot. But no, the Fall Guy was basically about a stuntman who his agent, his agent was a bail bondsman. And so the TV show was really him just hunting down criminals. That's really what it was. But it was funny. It was him and his buddy that would go hunt down these criminals and shit. And then he would be doing stunts and movies in between. This movie was like, they could have called it anything else. It was kind of like the House Party movie, right? When I saw the House Party movie, the new one, it was garbage.
That was just disgusting. What was that crap?
It was basically them
What was that crap?
doing a movie and then saying that we're going to call it a house party. And then Kobe Bryant, if I'm not mistaken, had stake in it, didn't he? Didn't Kobe have stake in that movie?
I don't have no idea, honey.
Because he was all through that movie.
Was it Kobe?
Not
or
Kobe. Was it
LeBron?
LeBron.
LeBron, honey.
My
I'm
bad.
thinking
It was
Kobe.
LeBron, not Kobe.
God
Rest in peace.
Yes.
Rest in peace,
I
Kobe.
want to say that. Yeah.
I'm not. You can tell I'm not a big sports enthusiast. Not that I don't like sports. I just have no fucking clue who everyone is. I just don't. I mean, everyone knows who Kobe and LeBron is, but I'm sorry I mixed it up. I apologize. Please don't stab me, sports fans out there. Speaking of sports, Lions are playing tonight. I forget who they're playing.
I know they were talking about that in my
Google
other
it on
job
your phone.
yesterday.
Yeah, Google it on your phone. Who are the Lions playing tonight?
Do I have to?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to post on social media.
I bet you are.
Like, he's interrupting my social media posting, you guys. Okay, let's see. Google. Who are the Lions playing tomorrow?
Tonight.
Or, oops.
It's tonight,
my
Monday
bad.
Night Football, dear. Not tomorrow.
My bad. My bad.
That's how you know this shit's live.
My bad. I'm like, who are the Lions playing tonight? Oh my God, the Seahawks.
The Seahawks. So Monday Night Football tonight.
8:15, you
Detroit
guys on
Lions,
ABC
8:15
versus
ABC
the Seahawks.
versus the Seattle Seahawks, I believe it is. I'm pretty
I
sure.
have no idea. I am
I have
not
no
a sports
fucking
person.
clue
I don't
where
understand
Seahawks
football,
are
you
from.
guys. I admit it.
There's nothing really.
I like soccer. I like hockey.
Soccer's nice.
I like to watch those sports. I don't know any information about them,
Quick
but
facts.
I like to watch them.
Quick fact, when I was younger, I used to play soccer. I used to be the guy in front of the goalie. I was called the sweeper, which I basically kicked the shit out of people's shins to get the ball out of their, hold, so they couldn't score. And it was fun, because if you're frustrated and angry as a kid, you can just, kick the shit out of people's shins and get away with it because it's sports. It's like hockey, right? People don't watch hockey because of the game. They watch it because of the sport, of people beating the shit out of each other.
No, I watch it for the game. I like to see the fact of
I like
just
seeing
like
them.
I like air hockey. Me and
Air hockey. They actually have a sport called air hockey?
No, I like the thing, when you go to the arcade, like when people used to go to arcades, you
About
guys.
shit from 1972.
I know, right? But that was a fun. Me and you have played it before.
Mhm.
I like that game.
But this morning we have a guest. This guest is synonymous in the music industry. He's worked with Philadelphia Freeway. He's worked with 6 Digit, who actually I got to interview at the Courtyard Marriott in Detroit. I think it was. Was it the Marriott? I don't fucking know. I know it was a rooftop right in front of the Renaissance Center because the interview, you could see the Renaissance Center behind it. It was Riddlebox night of ICP, and he was actually performing there, I believe. And so we got to interview 6 Digit on the rooftop. I'm actually going to put that on the Media One YouTube channel. Just want to let people know I'm retooling the YouTube channel. I'm putting the videos up as is, and that's it. Comments will be turned off. You just check the video out and enjoy it. Love it. Or don't. I don't care. But anyway, we watched Saturday Night Live last night, season premiere with Gene Smart. Congratulations, first off. Gene Smart has won a lot of Emmys,
Awards.
a lot of awards.
Woo!
And she was on Designing Women, too. I forgot about that.
That's where I know her from. I don't know her from anything
I never
else.
really watched Designing Women, though. You know what I'm saying? I did like the
Yeah.
one chick in it. She was cute.
Delta Burke. Everybody thought because she looked like Elizabeth Taylor.
No, I actually liked the other chick. I thought she was cute.
The redhead, Annie Potts?
Yeah, I really liked Annie Potts.
Oh, my God.
Maybe that's where my love of redheads came
Well,
from.
too bad.
Or
I have
Annie.
black hair now.
Or Annie. I don't know.
You guys, I'm a natural red hair, and I color my hair black.
Yes, she
Jet
does.
black.
Yes,
Black, black,
she
black, black,
fucking
black.
does.
And I am a natural ginger, you guys, with freckles and all. And that's a rarity. It's very
Yes.
much a rarity.
Yes.
However, I feel like my red hair makes me look more seasoned than I want to look.
Yeah.
And I like the aesthetic of black hair. And that's a whole spiritual thing. I have to get into that in another episode.
Oh, and I got some other quick news to say. So as you guys know, we are doing the podcast in the morning. Voorhees 187 Instagram, and Kathy's is.
Kathy Bravo Cuts, all one word, KathyBravocuts.
And if you're a talk ticker or TikToker or whatever, the beboppers, go on TikTok, and she is under.
MRS Kathy A, Kathy, Miss Kathy A, Mrs. Kathy A.
And I'm under Old School Funny Guy 75. I like to post horror movie reviews. I did a Fall Guy movie review recently. I actually put a clip of The Shining recently on there, and people are going fucking apeshit over it. They love the clip. So yeah, just follow us on there. And if you want to be a guest on the show, reach out to us. And we're about to bring our guest in. I was starting to do a little intro on him. So he's worked with 6 Digit. He's worked with My Brother's Keeper.
Yeah, where did that go? How did that go?
Squirrel moment. It was a fucking squirrel moment. It's like,
I was
squirrel.
like, yeah, like how did that, like, okay.
All right, let me
That's us working in the morning, you guys.
Yes.
That's our first morning podcast.
It
like,
really
serious.
is.
Like,
What's crazy
it's
about it.
different than the nighttime. I will tell you, doing a podcast during the day is different.
I will say I'm more alert now, though, because, like you said, if I get proper sleep now, I'm going to be more alert. Where
Yeah.
before, I'm like half fucking out of it. I don't wake up
Yep.
till about 8 o'clock in the morning now.
Yep.
But we're about to bring our guest in, man. This guy's been doing this thing for a long time. He actually worked on my album Reality Check, which I'm going to hopefully be dropping later this year. I'm working on putting that out online. This guy has worked with a lot of great artists. He's just a really humble dude. I've hung out with him various times at different venues throughout Michigan. The late Simon's After Dark that we used to go to all the time that went out of business. That was a great hip-hop venue. And who else could I be talking about? But my boy, Donny Knottz. So we're about to give him a buzz.
Jason is so excited about these interviews, you guys.
I am.
Like, if you know my husband, if anybody knows my husband, like, seriously, there's going to be tons of, like, interviews coming in the future. Like, this fucker knows everybody. Like, you guys. Like, seriously, Jason knows everybody.
Oh, it said the line is busy. That's weird.
Dial again, honey. Like,
I
when
am.
has a line ever been busy?
It's never been busy. That's
Like, since
funny.
the 80s.
Uh,
Oh, really?
wonder is it the Wi-Fi needs to be on? Maybe.
I don't know.
This is live, y'all. This is live.
Is it live?
It is very live.
Very live.
Okay, now it says it's ringing, but it's saying line is busy.
Really?
That is really weird. So we are gonna try. His service dropped out. Internet connection a little shaky. Might have to try calling on here. Okay, so I guess we're gonna call him on Insta.
Okay, there we go.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Apparently his internet.
Don't you love social media, you
Yeah.
guys?
Apparently his fucking
It gives
internet
us
is
options.
a little. His fucking internet's a little shaky. So he was like, we need to call him on the Insta.
Hello.
Good morning.
How's it going?
How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. Other than the technical difficulties, of course.
Well, we got to give it up to you, man. This is Donny Knottz in the flesh, everybody.
Woo!
Hey.
Jason is so excited about this interview.
I really am. So I was listening to some of your links this morning, actually all of them, and I didn't know you did a track that had Freeway on it.
Yeah, I did that track, and then he took a couple other beats too. I don't know if he ever ended up recording to him or not.
Ah. So
Yeah.
Donnie, we're gonna take it through there, man. So tell us the story about a young Donny Knottz. Like, where did your love for the music come from?
Oh man, dude, I just have always loved music. That was, my earliest memories are pretty much like my aunt watching MTV. You know what I said? So As early as I can remember, I was always dreaming about being a musician or being a star, but like really around, I would say probably 8 years old or so, because that's such a generic response to be like, oh, the music was always in me, you know. But
And people do
you
say
know,
that too. They're like, it was in
but
my blood.
yeah, but no, I'd say like around 8 years old, you know, I had like a small collection of little toy instruments, and I
Oh
just started
wow.
being curious. I started being curious about kind of the back end of music, you know, like
Okay,
Really? That's
okay.
okay,
cool.
like what happens next, you know? How do you make something that's original and then put it out for the world, you know?
That's
So
true.
I got, you know, very curious about engineering, so and production really, you just writing songs.
So I have to
So
ask, did you have the toy xylophone?
oh, of course.
Wasn't
Yeah,
that the
yeah. I had
shit,
to.
bro?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yes.
My favorite was I had this little battery operated keyboard that had a whole bunch of little drum loops on it and
I
stuff, and
had
that
that
was my
too.
favorite.
You
Yeah,
talking
'cause you know
you
you could
talking
get
about the
something
little
going.
tiny one that had the little simple drum kit. It was like probably like in the 90s.
Yes, sir. You know it. Yeah,
Oh
Wow.
my god.
yeah. But you know, you throw a little drum beat on, and then you could play all the other instruments. You know, I had this little plastic microphone. It wasn't amplified or anything, but I would pretend that I was singing. You know, and
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh, I like
okay.
that. All right.
Little
but
Radio Shack microphone works.
yeah, you know.
So going forward, like, so you just love the back end of it. You liked engineering, producing. What was like one of the
yeah,
first? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. You know, I was just always curious about it, but it wasn't really until like high school. Uh, I went to a private school, and one of the kids there, his family had a recording studio in their house, and at the time that was really unheard of. You know, this is like 1999, like 2000.
Oh
So, you
wow.
know, to hear that there's like a full recording studio and that this guy's like recording bands in his house, I'm like, wait a second, like this stuff is actually in reach for me. Like this is something that I could do. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
for sure.
And then
Nice.
that's really when the flame ignited for me.
I
And
love that.
That is
yeah,
dope.
I started going to like live shows, local shows and stuff, you know, and paying attention to really like the scene that I wanted to be in. You know, I would go to like freestyle battles and stuff like that.
Okay.
And like I knew right away that really wasn't gonna end up being my scene, but I really liked the energy and like the passion in a
Yeah.
lot of those rooms. You know, like battle rap, especially at the time, it was like throw on a beat and freestyle type battle rap.
You
It
mean it
wasn't
was real battling, not pre-written shit
yeah,
like today?
it wasn't what they're doing today.
What
You
the
know, it was
fuck?
a whole different culture for sure. You
Fucking
know,
shit.
that's the old hat in me right there. Like back in my day, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
swear, you know, it was different then, bro. You know, they would throw on a beat, and it was really just the energy in the moment. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Exactly.
And I loved that, and I appreciated that, and it was real inspirational for me. You know, I would leave those shows and just go home and just write or try to make music. Like I had the MTV music generator for
I got
PlayStation.
that at home right now, bro, and I've never figured out how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of work to really freak that thing, but you can, like you can do some cool stuff with it, but it's so much commitment. But that's how we really came up. Like I started meeting people my age that were doing the same thing basically, and some of them had more resources than me, or maybe had, some might have had like a computer with a microphone, and a DAW that we could record into, and
Yeah.
you know, and that's how it really blossomed. And then people started really having faith in our movement, and we started getting musical instruments kind of donated. Like the first one was a Korg Triton keyboard,
Are you
which was
serious?
like,
Those are the
yeah,
fucking shit, and they're so hard to
right,
find now.
and they still use those sounds today.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like some of the greatest songs, Grammy-winning songs, have been
Mm-hmm.
made on this thing, and it was just gifted to us because they had so much faith in it. You know,
Oh
like that we
wow.
were going to be able to figure it out. And
Yes.
we did, you know what I mean? And we figured it out. And then I got bored and I was like, okay, well, how do I go further? Like, how do I figure out what I'm actually doing with this thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, we ended up at, I think it was the Recording Institute up in Detroit.
Oh wow, the
And,
disc?
Yeah, we were up there. My buddy was doing a couple cuts for like a demo he was putting together, but the beats were on the Triton. So the engineer had us bring the whole keyboard with us.
And then you just
And when
dumped
we
it.
showed up, they dumped it and tracked it, and I was like, whoa, that was like magic. You know what
Yep.
I mean? So, like that's when I started asking the bigger questions, and I enrolled in college. I started off at a community college, Owens Community College here locally, and they had a couple recording classes, but there wasn't a degree program yet,
Mm-hmm.
and there really wasn't like carved out definitions for like this point A leads to point B leads to point C. It was like, oh well, maybe take a couple piano classes, maybe that's not for you, maybe take a couple vocal like singing classes and stuff like that. Oh, maybe that's not for you, maybe do the music business thing.
Right.
And so I was kind of like dabbling around, and then I opened up a Rolling Stone magazine at the dentist office one time, and there was an ad for Full Sail University.
I remember Full Sail.
Yeah, so that's down in Orlando, Winter
Yeah.
Park, Florida.
Yep.
And they were offering full degree programs for recording. Like recording engineer bachelor's degrees.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
so I was like, oh, what the hell? I'll give it a shot. Because I knew that I wanted to do music forever, but I just didn't know really like what came next.
Okay.
So I enrolled in Full Sail, man, and I moved down there for 3 years. Got my bachelor's degree in recording arts, and right around then is when Six Digits started taking off. So then I just moved back to Toledo so I could work more closely with him.
Uh-huh.
And
You know, it's
that's that,
funny.
man.
It's
That's
funny
the
you mentioned
beginning of the
him
story.
because I was gonna mention it in the interview. Like, how did that all come about? You and Six Digit. Shout out to him too, because that album Kayfabe, is that what Kayfabe, right?
Yeah.
That
Hey,
fucking
man.
album. So I bought, like, when you guys were doing the live on YouTube. I forget when you guys were doing it, but it was around the time you were about to put out the album. I think it was like a Halloween or something. And you guys were putting out the bundle package with the shirt, the CD, and I think there was like a sticker or something. And I bought it. The hoodie.
Jason
Yeah,
buys
I got the hoodie, the
all
shirt,
merch.
and the CD.
Jason is a merch person. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, me too. I'm a sucker for everybody's T-shirts.
Because it's dope, because when people see, when you're representing, so what really got me in the industry, and this ain't about me, but basically it's the thing, okay? What got me into it, which when I really started to get full-fledged into it, I love the camaraderie, the community. When you went to a show, like you said, when you went to Simon's or you went to the Diesel, you went to different venues, right? Toledo's Main Event or Frankie's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had people that had tables with merch, and you got to interact with the artists. Whereas today, it's like you got to pay $500 or $300 or $1,000 to fucking meet these artists. Well, back then, you didn't have to. You could just go right to the table and shoot the shit with them. That's how I met Valid. That's how I met a lot of people. And I'm sure that's what it was about with you as well, is like, you're just like, we're very, very similar.
Networking.
Yeah, you were networking, and you got to actually meet the artist. It wasn't like you had to pay $500 to meet them or you had to pay them $1,000 to meet them. No, you went to their table, you supported their merch, you shot the shit with them, and you exchange numbers. That's how you meet people.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's pretty much how me and Six Digit met.
No shit.
I was at Hell's Kitchen show. They were real big in Toledo.
Shout out the motherfucking Hell's Kitchen, man.
But Digit and his group at the time, Steady Thuggin' Glass, was the openers.
Okay.
And man, they just killed it. Like their performance was just on point to me, because I was just like, wow, those dudes are my age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
So of course, like right away, I'm like started asking the questions, like, how do I meet these guys? Like, how do I introduce myself?
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of like, over a series of like just seeing each other a lot, and like, being in the same places at the same time so many times, like we eventually just kind of like built this bond.
That's how
And
I
then,
actually met you, I think, is at Simon's with Digit. I think he was on a show there at Simon's, and that's when I met you there.
Yeah, I remember that, man. That was a pretty good show, but I think, wasn't that the show that he got somebody like roofied him or something, dude. I think that was the show that we had to carry him out of.
It might have
I was
been.
getting crazy
Yeah,
one
it
time.
might have been. I remember that.
Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah, I think that was the time, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about that the other day. Like, when did I actually meet you? Because I remember, like, I knew who you were before I actually met you because I think I sent some beats to Origix in D.C.
Yep.
Wow, small
You jumped
world.
on one of the songs.
Yeah, you
Small,
did.
Small
You,
world.
you know what's funny is, so I still got the folder somewhere in my emails. I remember when you sent the folder to Origix. So the thing with Origix is me and him have, similar ears, but then sometimes he'll hear something that I don't hear, or I'll hear something that he doesn't hear. So when he had the folder, he didn't like hear the same shit I was hearing, like on certain songs, because he has a certain vibe with certain songs he likes, and so it worked out great because when I heard the folder, I was like, holy shit, this Living in Hard Times joint is dope. Like I started literally writing. I remember it was like 2015, 2016, and I started working on it. And I kind of had the idea from like Run DMC. It's like that, and that's the way it is because hard times. So that's where Living in Hard Times kind of came from. It was like an homage to single moms. And then I started listening to the folder, and you had so many great beats. And I was telling Regis, I was like, bro, he got some fucking dope shit. So I was like, and I already knew, but then when I started going through the folder, I'm like, oh, that's when I had to reach out. You already know, bro. I reached out to you, and it was on like Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. But yeah, and that's how it always works for me, man. Is like some people just hear it and some people don't,
Mm-hmm.
and that's been the journey this whole time, man. Like
Yeah.
the struggle to stay true to yourself,
Yes.
and also still be able to catch people's ear. There's such a like delicate balance between like doing what you actually want to do and doing what you think you're supposed to be doing. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like I could be doing X, Y, and Z, but I really want to be doing A, B, and C. You know what I mean?
You know what I
And
really respect a lot too is you just got a good heart, man. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of producers I've worked with, in the past, they might be like, oh yeah, I'll do track for this much, and then later on it's like triple that. You know what I'm saying? And you've always been, something that's reasonable. You never been like, oh, it's gonna be $1,000, $500, for a track. And I mean, I'm not disrespecting other producers if that's they want to do and that's their budget that an artist wants to work with. That's cool. But you've always been a humble dude. You know what I'm saying? You just a genuine person, and then that's the kind of people I like clicking with. I just want to put that out there, bro. You're a good person.
yeah, I appreciate that, bro, because I try. You know what I mean, 2024 really has been the year of growth and self improvement for me. You know what I mean? So more than ever, I'm trying to be more like that.
Yes,
And
sir.
like I said before, like to backtrack to the balance between everything. I think that being a humble person is an important part of all the journey of the growth and development. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I think that moving forward, I want to still be that person. Like I make so much music. I really am just like a machine, dude. When I get to the studio and I turn everything on and I can just hit record,
Yeah.
it doesn't stop. You know what I mean? And so I don't look at one song as like my money maker. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't look at one piece of
Mm,
work that I've ever done as
that's a
like
good point of view.
as it's not the one thing. It's really going to be a multitude of things. You know what I mean? Like this is a numbers game, and I think people forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you get stuck with these people. And again, like same as you. Like no offense to any other producer, man. Like I don't see myself as competition to them. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
don't I
Right.
don't compete with these people because I'm not seeing it the same way as them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But a lot of people are looking at music as a come up, or like that this is like the get rich quick scheme for them somehow. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're all relying on that one big thing. Like running the
Yeah.
studio,
Right.
I hear it from clients more than anything. Like all I need is this one song to go viral. And like
Wow.
mathematically that's just not true. You
No,
know what
it's
I
Right.
mean?
not.
Like
That's true.
It's like they don't want to put the work in. They don't realize the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in this work. It's not just a matter of making a beat. It's it's finding the artists that you work with, that you complement each other with, and it's about establishing friendships and relationships. That's really what it's about. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely, man.
everything else.
And that's what pays off the most, dude.
Yes.
Because when you can really work with somebody, like working with somebody is more than just like sending them beats. Like, no, you have to rap to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like being sympathetic to both people's needs. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, for example, like I have one person that I work with. We have like 400 songs probably recorded together at this point.
Oh
And
wow.
he hasn't released all 400 songs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we've probably released 40 of the songs, like maybe 10%, because it was basically a journey of finding each other over the
Okay.
time, you know? Like, so I would play him some beats, he'd rap to them, you know, he'd be cool with it, I'd be cool with it, and then he would bring me some beats that he was fucking with, and he'd be like, let's see if you can do some stuff like this. So he was kind of like turning me on to maybe styles of rap that I didn't normally listen to, or like, you know, like trends in the modern era that I wasn't maybe paying too much attention to, or just I was
Yes.
overlooking. So, you know, when you can kind of water each other's gardens like that, and like, you know, and that was the thing, like I kept driving it home to him, like, dude, we can sound like whatever rapper you want to. Like, I've got the skills to make you the beats that sound like anybody else that you want to, dude, you know? But the problem with that is I already have a sound, and if we go with my sound, nobody else is doing that sound
Yep.
yet.
Right.
You
That's
know
true.
what I mean?
That's very
Yeah.
true.
And so it's kind of a process of like building up the courage in some people that maybe at one time did think that the one song was going to be it, and as they start to see, like, no, it's the full package, it's the development, it's the growth, it's the artistry that's put into it, you know. And as they can see that and they can kind of like bend and mold to it, like those are the types of artists that I'm looking for.
You know,
You know?
it's funny you say that because one of the links I was listening to this morning, I was listening to all the ones you sent me. That joint, that Knowledge song, I can't think of the name of the crew that was in it. It was like 4 or
Oh
5
yeah,
people.
OIC, man.
Bro,
Yeah,
that
OIC.
shit, man, that shit. Hold on, where is the? Hey, bro, that reminded me like some early New York kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like Mobb Deep kind of vibe. Like when they went on, you know, survival of the, you know, oh shit, survival. Oh my God, is it survival the illest?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude. OIC is doing very good right now, man. Like they're working hard.
And do they got hard product out as well? Like, you know, versus digital? Do they do physical copies and merch and shit?
They do merch. They don't
Okay.
have like physical copies of their music, as far as I know.
Donnie, look, if I can say anything to impart to you, to let these artists know, you already know, bro. Like one of these days when you come out and kick it in the man cave with me, you're gonna see, like, I collect. So I love physical copies, and I'm not the only one that feels that way. Like I've talked to many people recently that feel the same way. It's something about having that tangible product in your hand to be able to look at the album artwork, to look at, like, for example, kayfabe, and you're looking at the artwork with the wrestle, you know, the figure on the cover, and you're looking at the purple hoodie with the 6-digit in the, you know, like spray paint graffiti kind of. It's something physical that you can see. Digital, it's like in the cloud. It's there, it'll always be there, but it's not tangible in your hand. So if I can impart anything, man, please let these artists know it's important. Cause see, what's really happening, and I'm getting sidetracked a second, but I want to make a point. I was watching YouTube the other day. This guy was posting about a concert. Big Daddy Kane was there, EPMD was there, Michelet was there, Keith Washington was there. He said hardly anybody showed up because they didn't really, whoever promoted it, whatever it was, I think Keith Washington went for like an hour or whatever, and Michelet did like a medley of her hits. EPMD and Big Daddy Kane did their thing, but they were at the end of the night. Hardly anyone showed up. We got to get back to the grassroots approach of the tangible product, the marketing, the grassroots where you get the flyers, where you took the time to get the business cards, where you made posters, where you had something physical in something, you know, someone's hand.
To get you to remember
Yes, to
what
get
needs
you to remember.
be done.
Yeah, because digital.
Or occasions to go to. You still
Yes.
need those physical
You still need
invitations.
them. You still need
do.
them. You
Yeah,
still need them.
no, I totally agree, you know, and just even a couple of years ago, I might not have agreed. Like,
Yeah.
I was fully digital for a little while there. And then I started really kind of thinking about it. You know, there's something about owning,
Yes.
like, like that like it's something in your brain, like it's certain like dopamine or something,
Yep.
that you
Yes.
get
Yep.
from like that you get from knowing, like,
That you own something
That you
tangible.
physically own it.
Yep, you can touch
if
it.
Netflix, if Netflix takes my favorite show off and I have to pay for another streaming service, well, guess what? They don't have to get my money because I own it on DVD already.
Yep. Ain't
Thank
that the
you.
truth? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Exactly.
And I definitely have been getting more back to that, and also with like I've been going to a lot of like indie hip hop shows and like
Okay.
indie punk band shows and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I've noticed at their merch tables, they have like vinyl versions of their music.
Yes.
Which vinyl is cool or whatever,
Yes.
and that's great that came back. But what I really love and I've always loved is they have cassette tapes.
Bro,
And
you just literally took the words out of my
Wow,
brain.
Jason has a
No,
lot
'cause
of
look,
cassette tapes.
I was
y'all.
just thinking this. I was just waiting to put it in here, but here's where I want to put it. You need to put out a cassette collection of your Donnie Made Me Do It on cassette. Put them out.
That's what I want to do.
Yes,
Hey,
do
I've
that.
already been planning that, dude. I want to do it. I want to do like basically a compendium though, like all
Yes.
at one time. Like,
Yes.
like 400 beats all at the same time. Like
And when
on a
you do,
collection of
and when you
cassettes.
do, you let me know. I'm gonna be one of them first people to get one. Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Like I.
because I've already been looking into it, and that's been something I've wanted to do. I decided like probably in mid 2022,
Uh huh.
when the idea that I kind of had to be a brand too on top of being a person,
Right.
because I'm trying to run a business or whatever.
Right.
But I realized that when you have a brand and you're trying to make a logo, like it isn't just a logo, like it's an aesthetic. Like these, like there's colors that are gonna follow you forever. There's literally like motifs that are gonna follow you forever.
Yes.
So like I started questioning like what are my forever motifs? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what are some forever aesthetics for me?
Yes.
And one of the things that I love to do in the studio is I love being able to like record the tape and then warp the shit out of it, or like to take samples and like stretch them into something that doesn't even sound like what it ever was before, or like turn things that shouldn't be musical instruments into musical instruments and do that through like the format of tape.
And so to give it a basement, like a basement quality.
Yes.
Oh,
like, I
that's
love
fucking
that,
dope.
That like high end fuzz, like what I
Yes.
mean, and like things like that, and that's all becoming really popular right now.
Yes.
But like I feel like that's always been one of my textures. Is like I don't necessarily consider what I do like lo-fi or anything like that, but it's definitely like from like a more warped perspective than a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what I'm doing is more like a videotape that's playing back at like not perfect speed the whole time. You know what I mean?
And that's what makes
like,
it unique.
It warbles and yeah, and that's what makes it cool and makes it fresh.
Yes.
But so like that's an aesthetic of mine. So that's when I started thinking like, okay, well, how do I keep that going? Well, the next logical step will be start making beat tapes actually on tapes.
Yeah, because
Pigpen,
Pigpen's been doing that. Shout out to Pigpen. He's been doing it with what was the name of his crew that he got? He isn't like him and another guy. They got like shows they do together, and then they do the beat tapes.
Oh yeah, dude. What are they? Oh man, yeah. I was just listening to one of their beat tapes a few months ago, actually.
Yeah.
I can't remember their name. Though,
Yeah,
but
they had like
dude, they've been
jackets and
killing
shit
it.
and cassettes and shit. Yeah, Pigpen.
Yeah, dude. Trying to look all classy, like the yacht rock look almost.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So that segues
that's
me into the
dope.
next question. Who would be your top 5 producers in the industry? You know what I'm saying? That you really that stand out for you.
It's tough nowadays because like inspirationally is different than what I'd consider now. Like the people who inspired me in the beginning.
Yeah, that's
not
what
the
I
same
mean. Like the
people
ones that inspired you, not like the ones today that sound like a cookie cutter formula. Like the
Right.
same shit.
Right. Well, I guess the first real big one for me that really kind of pushed me was probably either like Just Blaze or
Okay.
Kanye.
Fuck yeah.
You know, because that was like kind of the era of like when music started getting like, or hip hop really started getting like loud and in your face and like
Yeah.
punchy, like you know, had like this almost like club like anthem type feel to it, you
Yes,
know,
like when
like
Freeway
a
did
rock
that
and
that
roll
boom
feel.
dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun
yeah, it's
dun
like a
dun
rock
dun
and roll
dun.
feel almost, you know, like you're in like I don't know, there's just a lot of energy to it, and also like the sped up soul samples. Like I just loved that
Yes.
because I was always obsessed with sampling, like I said, you
Yeah.
know. And when I found out that's what he was doing, I'm just like, wow, that's cool. You know what I mean?
You know,
And
Just
that,
Blaze, like not to interrupt, but something with Just Blaze that I wanted to share with you. One of my two favorite songs that he produced is the joint he did about Proof. Rest in peace to Proof. The days are gone thinking about you. Never over.
yeah,
Never over when he used the Lost Boys sample that thou
yeah,
shall not kill. And then the other one that he did for Freeway, that All Right. Anytime I feel like depressed or sad or, on that zone where I just need something to pick me up, when I hear that, all right, baby, don't you cry. You know what I'm saying? It's such a great,
yeah,
his music really, like you said, it's like an anthem and it picks you up. It makes you feel good.
for sure. Yeah, there's something about that 2000s, like early 2000s hip hop. You
Yeah,
know,
even the shit he did with Nate Dogg, that oh no, chasing hoes. Remember that one? That it was on Philadelphia Freeway.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. So who else would be
All right, so yeah, that would be two right there, and then out of the hip hop world, Alan Parsons is a
oh
big one for me.
wow. You know who that is, Kathy?
Because
Alan Parsons.
No.
So Alan Parsons was an engineer. He still is, if I'm not mistaken. He was an engineer. He did Dark Side of the Moon for Pink Floyd. And
yeah,
actually, he actually formed his own group, which kind of sounds very similar. You can tell they were very much influenced by Pink Floyd because he was very instrumental in helping forge that sound with them, like helping melt everything together, the styles that they wanted to do. And he has this. What's that song you got? That da da. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I can't think of the name of it, but it was in the
he
80s.
has so many cuts. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and it's crazy too because he's one of those people that you don't even realize that you're listening to his music
Yeah.
until you're kind of like into it. You know what I mean? And then
Yes, sir.
once you know, you know. But
Yeah.
he's one of those people like you've definitely heard his songs before.
Yes.
Like Eye in the Sky.
That's
Like
what
that
it
was a
is.
huge
Eye
one
in
for
the
him. Yeah,
sky.
yeah,
Something to do. Yeah, that's the one I was just
yep,
humming.
yep.
Yep.
Yep,
Yes.
that's the one, dude. But yeah, dude, he was a great producer, and what I really appreciate and respect about him is exactly what you said. Like when you listen to his albums, you can hear the Pink Floyd, and
Yes.
there's a reason for that, and that's because when you wanted to sound like that,
Yeah.
that's who you found was
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like that in itself defines what I'm trying to do with my life, which is literally like you come to me when you want my sound. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I love that about him. So that's a huge inspiration for me. And then in college, my entire like college thesis was on Jeff Lynne from the
Okay.
Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh wow. I would have never thought that, but that's a great that's wow.
Yeah.
My mother had that on
And
8 track when I was a kid. Wow, bro. They just took me
yeah,
back.
ELO, you know, they're so versatile and so in tune with just the way music was. Like if you listen to their catalog throughout the years, they really kind of ebbed and flowed with whatever sounded cool. Like that guy was really good at writing hits,
Didn't
you
they
know.
do didn't they do a song for that movie Olivia Newton-John did for Xanadu where it was like I'm
Yeah, they did Xanadu,
alive?
man. Xanadu is an Electric Light Orchestra album.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yes.
I did not know
Wow.
that. So they produced that whole
Yeah.
album?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
That's a Jeff Lynne album. Yeah.
You just blew my
The guy's
fucking
a
wig back.
genius, man.
I did not know
Yep.
that.
Yep.
That's
And then my fifth person, he's pretty undiscovered, but he works with a lot of the indie rappers that I was talking about earlier.
uh-huh.
His name is Kenny Siegel,
Okay.
and he's like Bay Area, but
Oh,
he's
West
like a
Coast.
super experimental producer. very sample based. But he's one of those dudes that, like, when you watch him, you just see him do things that you never would have thought of before. And, like, if you're quick enough with it and you're educated enough about it, you can take those things home and apply them yourself, you know, and it might not end up with what he ended up with, but you'll end up with something cool, you
That's
know. So
awesome.
I just like he can freak some instruments. Like he got me hip to an instrument called the omnichord,
I've heard
which
of the
is
omnichord. Yeah, isn't that like the
yeah,
keyboard that the like a soundboard interface that goes into the computer? That's like a keyboard.
so basically it's an electronic harp is what it is.
Oh,
But it has different chords on it. So there's different models and different amounts of chords that you can play with them. Like the most recent one you can do literally anything with. But the earliest model was the OM37, and it had 37 different chords on it that you could play with and create songs out of. And
oh,
then it
that's what you
had
were talking
it
about
has
when you
this
got that. That's what you were talking about when you got that a little bit ago. I remember you were telling me that. That's the instrument you were talking about.
yeah, yep, and it has a little strum bar on the side, so you can like pluck the chords out, or you can make little melodies and stuff like that. And then it's just a really versatile, cool, like vibey instrument. Like it just has this feeling to it. Like it has its own life. Like
Yeah.
it's a really cool instrument. But I found it through Kenny Siegel. Like I watched him play one, and then I just started googling it. And I'm like, what the hell was that? You know what I mean? And I found out that there's like this whole community of people who modify these things and make them even sweeter. And just this year, so Suzuki is the company that makes the Omnichord,
Uh-huh.
but Suzuki decided to release a new one for like the 40th anniversary or something like that.
Yeah.
And the one that came out this year is like completely updated, and they made it really, really dope. So I'm looking to get one in the next couple weeks.
That sounds great. Now, have
But
you
yeah,
have you I always wondered, have you submitted any of your, beats? Because you got so many all the way across the board. Have you submitted any to like, TVs or films for like either action films or comedies or like horror movies or anything?
yeah. So kind of yes and kind of no. When
Okay.
I was in college, they gave us a bunch of email addresses to people,
Uh-huh.
and this is like pre like internet licensing era. This is like early days stuff. And one of them was like the music director at Viacom,
Oh, wow.
and Viacom runs everything on TV.
Everything.
So I shot some music out to them, and they ended up using the one beat, but like only like a 5-second clip of it. It was basically like the drop in the beat got used for like the transition into a commercial for a reality show called The Bad Girls Club.
I remember that show.
But so that was like as far as I ever really got into like music licensing or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
But recently I've started looking into it a little bit more because I think I sent you one of the songs that me and Slit did, right? I'm
Did
not
you?
sure if I did or not.
I don't know if you did or not. I don't
But
think.
me and Slit, we have like 23 songs that we put out over the past 2 years,
Okay.
and most of them were just us experimenting with like trying to find a vibe or like a moment that could be submitted specifically for like movies and stuff like that,
Yeah, because I could totally
because like
see, your music on like a film. I could totally see it because you have such a range of instrumentation. You know what I mean? And you actually like when you did that track for the Future Focus track, the Gary Newman inspired track. I
yeah,
fucking loved it, bro, because you could have easily just took the original song and sampled it, but I was like, no, please, whatever you do, work your magic. And bro, you did it so. That's one of my favorite songs. Like the way you replayed everything and you updated it. It was like a modern cover of it, but it wasn't a sample. It was literally you playing everything, and I love that shit.
yeah, that one was fun to make.
Yes.
Honorable mention, since we're talking about like movie placements and stuff, but my sixth inspiration would be Trent Reznor
Fuck
because
yeah, bro.
he just like his movie, what he's done cinematically is
Yes.
just as amazing or or maybe even more amazing than his actual music.
Shout
You know
out
what
to
I
him
mean?
and Atticus Ross, man. They did the whole Gone Girl soundtrack with Ben Affleck and that real crazy chick that was Gone Girl. I can't remember her name, but yeah, I noticed that he was doing a lot of symphonic, a lot of soundtracks for these films.
Yeah, and his stuff is very sparse and simple, but it's exactly, in my wheelhouse of what I like to do, which is like really drive an emotion home. You know what I mean? So all of his music is so good at that. Like everything that he does for movies, like anything that he's done has been so amazing.
I'm a huge Trent Reznor fan. We actually got to see Nine Inch Nails and Soundgarden a couple years ago before Chris Cornell passed away. Rest in peace to Chris Cornell. And Nine Inch Nails, bro, if you've never seen him live, got to see him at least once in your lifetime, man. He puts on an amazing light show, everything. You could tell he was very much influenced by Gary Newman. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like the
Oh, absolutely, dude. I watched a lot of stuff about Trent, and Gary Newman's like one of his biggest inspirations, for sure.
Did you ever see the YouTube video where they were at Wembley and Gary was on stage with Trent and the camera guy was panning all around from Trent playing the keyboard to Gary on lead to the drummer to the guitarist, and he's on stage catching the crowd. Like he did Cars, and he did another song. I want to say he did Metal, and he played it live with Trent, bro. And Trent was playing the keyboard and doing the fucking tambourine at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
So dope. Well, look, we're getting close to the end of this interview. We could go on and on.
Oh.
We're gonna bring you back for a part 2 if you're down for sure.
Hell yeah, please do, man. Please do.
We appreciate the love too, man. Like, we've been talking about getting this interview for a while, and I'm so glad we finally got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Blast off your social links, any YouTube, anything that you want to put out there. Let everybody know that's gonna be on the Talking Nude podcast, and where they can find Donny Knottz at.
All right, so first off is my BeatStars page. You want to hear any of my beats, just go to beatstars.com/Donny Knottz. My Instagram handle is Donny Knottz. You can find me there. You can find me on YouTube, Donny Knottz, Facebook, Donny Knottz. Let's see, what else? You can find all my beat tapes. I try to put out like at least 8 beat tapes a year. Apple Music, Spotify, all the digital places. They're all there. They'll be on tape soon, hopefully.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that's that. Just be on the lookout for me, man. I got so much music coming out in the next year, probably a couple hundred songs at least.
And you know what's funny is me and you are definitely going to work on something. It's kind of classified right now, but it's brainstorming in my head for a while, and
of course
we
it is.
We definitely
Jason's always concocting something.
We're definitely gonna do something together. So thank you so much for being on the show, man. I know you're a busy guy, and we really appreciate it, man. So
thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Give it up for Donny Knottz, everybody. You have a great night, brother.
Or a great day.
Great day. Yeah, great day. All right. Did he disconnect?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he disconnected. All right, man. That was a great interview. Like,
yes, it was.
I had such a blast. I think this is one of the reasons why I'm glad we're doing this podcast is because we got to, showcase and really put the spotlight on some people that, you wouldn't know who they were. You know what I'm saying? Unless you knew them, or you knew someone who knew them. Like, these people are very important in the industry and they need to be recognized, man. This guy is just a very talented, humble dude. Shout out to Donny Knottz. Shout out to ONTV, man. We're going to be back next week. We might have another guest on. Don't know yet. You never know. But one thing you definitely know will always be
Talking Nude.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
We had Donny Knottz on and we was Kathy's over there zoning out and she's always
Talking Nude.
Shout out to ONTV letting us do a show called
Talking Nude.
You never know we're going to be wearing probably nothing at all because we're going to be
Talking Nude.
And I love saying funny shit because it makes my wife over there laugh when she's doing the drop for
Talking Nude.
That's what we do every Monday, every week.
Talking Nude. Bye-bye, everybody.
Have a great day, everyone.